Konnichiwa, Minas Isaguri, and you're watching Pokecast. Today's 10-minute first-person video is going to be on an iOS app, and that is Fireplace 3D Lite. Curious to see how well this one's going to work, and what will be with the app for being free. Can't wait to see. And I will be doing another Grimm's Brother book while reading. That way we get at least good 10 minutes. So, as always, 10 minutes to try out the app. First time trying the app version of, and I can't skip anything. Let's get the timer started. Timer started, and away we go. So, we got sound options, view options, fire crackles, additional features in full version, 3 different fireplaces. Okay, that's actually not too bad. So, that's basically it. We'll see what happens if we turn it. Okay, we turn it, we get a better view. We're going to keep it that way. And everything. Okay, there we are. Now we got on fire. Let's go ahead. Today's book I'll be reading from, and I will be reading as much as I can within the time limit. Rumpelstiltskin, because why not? Mind you, if you've watched any of my previous videos where I've done this, I'm not very good at reading. So if I mess up, I mess up. Oh well. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Get Rumpelstiltskin. By the side of the wood, in a country a long way off, ran a fine stream of water, and upon the stream there stood a mill. The miller's house was close by, and the miller, you must know, had a very beautiful daughter. She was, moreover, very shrewd and clever, and the miller was so proud of her that he one day told the king of the land, who used to come and hunt in the wood, that his daughter could spin gold out of straw. Now this king was very fond of money, and when he heard the miller's boast, his greediness was raised, and he sent for the girl to be brought before him. Then he laid her to a chamber in his place where there was a great heap of straw, and gave her a spinning wheel, and said, "All this must be spun into gold before morning, as you love your life." It was in vain that the poor maiden said that it was only a silly boast of her father, for that she could do no such thing as spin straw into gold. The chamber doors was locked, and she was left alone. She sat down in one corner of the room and began to bewail her hard fate, when on a sudden the door opened, and a droll-looking old man hobbled in and said, "Good morrow to you, my good lass. What are ye weeping for, alas?" Said she, "I must spin this straw into gold, and I know not how." "What will you give me?" said the hobgoblin, "to do it for you?" "My necklace," replied the maiden. He took her at her word, and sat himself down to the wheel, and whistled a song. Round about, lo and behold, roll away, straw into gold. And around about the wheel went merrily. The work was quickly done, and the straw was all spun into gold. When the king came and saw this, he was greatly astonished and pleased, but his heart grew still more greedy of grain, and he shut up the poor miller's daughter again with a fresh task. Then she knew not what to do, and sat down once more to weep. But the dwarf soon opened the door and said, "What will you give me to do your task?" "The ring on my fingers," she said. So her little friend took the ring, and began to work at the wheel again, and whistled the song, round about, lo and behold, roll away, straw into gold, till long before morning all was done again. The king was greatly delighted to see all this glittering treasure, but still he had not enough. So he took the miller's daughter to yet a larger heap and said, "All this must be spun tonight, and if it is, you shall be my queen." As soon as she was alone, the dwarf came in and said, "What will you give me to spin gold for you this third time?" "I have nothing left," she said. "Then say ye will give me," said the little man, "the first little child that you may have when you are queen." "That may not be," thought the miller's daughter, and as she knew no other way to get her task done, she said she would do what he asked. Round went the wheel again to the old song, and the Munchkin once more spun the heap into gold. The king came in the morning and finding all he wanted, was forced to keep his word. So he married the miller's daughter, and she really became queen. At the birth of her first little child, she was very glad and forgot the dwarf and what she had said. But one day he came into her room where she was sitting playing with her baby and put her in mind of it. Then she grieved so sorely at her misfortune and said she would give him all the wealth of the kingdom if he would let her off, but in vain, till at least her tears softened him, and he said, "I will give ye 3 days grace, and if during that time you tell me name, you shall keep your child." Now the queen lay awake all night thinking of all the odd names that she had ever heard, and she sent messengers all over the land to find out new ones. The next day the little man came, and she began with Timothy, Ichabod, Benjamin, boy, is she way off, Jeremiah, and all the names she could remember, but to all and each of them he said, "Madam, that is not me name." The second day she began with all the commercial names she could hear of. Brandon Legs, what? Hunchback, Quickshanks. Oh yeah, we're just going to go with all the fun names, and all of a sudden we're going to go with those. Oh, I'm sorry, I was supposed to be reading. And so on, but the little gentleman still said to every one of them, "Madam, that is not my name." The third day, one of the messengers came back and said, "I have traveled 2 days without hearing of any other names, but yesterday as I was climbing a high hill among the trees in the forest where the fox and the hare bid each other good night, I saw a little hut, and before the hut burnt a fire, and around about the fire a funny little dwarf was dancing upon one leg and singing, 'Merrily the feet I'll make, today I'll brew, tomorrow I'll bake. Merrily I dance and sing, for the next day will a stranger bring. Little does my little lady dream, Rumpelstiltskin is my name.'" When the queen heard this, she jumped for joy, and as soon as her little friend came, she sat down upon her throne and called out all her court around to enjoy the fun. And the nurse stood by her side with the baby in her arms, as if it was quite ready to be given up. Then the little man began to chuckle at the thought of having the poor child to take home with him to his hut in the woods, and he cried out, "Now, lady, what is my name? Is it John?" She asked. "No, madam." "Is it Tom?" "No, madam." "Is it Jimmy?" "It is not." "Can your name be Rumpelstiltskin?" said the lady slyly. "Some witch told you that. She told you that," cried the little man, and dashed his right foot in a rage so deep into the floor that he was forced to lay hold of it with both hands to pull it out. Then he made the best of his way off, while the nurse laughed and the baby crowed, and all the court jeered at him for having had so much trouble with nothing, and said, "We wish you a very good morning and a merry feast, Mr. Rumpelstiltskin." And right there's the book. And we still have like 17 seconds left of that. Well, this one is quite nice for a free version. I like it. I mean, yes, we only get one thing, but is that bad? And what's even better than the... Oh, there goes the timer. Okay, so to compare it to the last two I tried, the first one was actually quite nice. We had the option to use all of the fireplaces that are available in the full version. However, they had ads at the very top, so it kind of loses its effect, which is really sad. $3 to unlock, you know that one. The next one we tried, it was a 3D computer, 3D CGI fire, which was interesting because it was like from one of those video games out. They didn't have the budget to make it, but that's what made that one so much fun. I still like the ones that look realistic and all that, but that one was fun due to that. Then we have this one, and you can use the single one, but you don't have anything really taken away from it except for the eye right there in the corner. And that's great. I think that's wonderful that we could actually use it. And then when we purchase the full version of it, we'll be able to get a couple more fireplaces to choose from. Not bad at all. I think this one has been the best one I've used, only because it doesn't really affect what we get to see, just like the other 3D one. And so I like this one due to the fact, like I was saying, it's free. We get a full screen without very much clutter ruining the effect. So I do find that quite nice. The sound was really good, and it's small, which is nice too. So not bad. This has been fun trying out 3 fireplaces and having fun reading books for you guys. I did my best. So my question for you guys would be, when it comes to the free apps, what are a few things that you like about the Lite or free versions of things? And what are some of the things that you absolutely hate? When it comes to that, I have to say, I like when they do something like this. They allow you to use it, you can enjoy it, and when they do have no or minimal ads, it's at the very bottom of the screen or not even there, to where it doesn't ruin the experience of trying it out. I think the thing I hate the most is whenever I do a lot of these free games or free apps and free games that I get to try out and do the 10-minute first impressions, is when we're all sitting there enjoying it, like, yay, we get to play one level. Hi, welcome to this amazing product right here. You want to be able to have sausage pants that smell like sausage when you're running? Well, we got it here. Call 1-800-SAUSAGE. It's like, that would be horrible when I think about it. But they do have bacon deodorant and bacon perfumes, and bacon soap. You can actually get bacon flavored soap, so I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, I hate that when we get to, play something, and then like every level that we finish, hi, welcome to our new advertisement. I think that's the one thing I do not like. And of course, whenever they have advertisements, it takes up like half the screen, or it's placed right where it ruins the effect of the free version. Those are the things I hate the most when it comes to those. So I'm very pleased with this one that they're just like, here you go. Like, thank you. So let me know in the comments below about what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed Rumpelstiltskin. That was a lot of fun. And this is T Sakura saying ciao and sayonara.